Got a problem you can't solve? Clue me in.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna... The digging marks here appear amateur. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to...
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going. Mind the side effects.
Feel the beat!
Confess!
Be sanctified.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now, no doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee after them. Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place, and
That's right. This sensor. This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison.
Jiao Liang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
Aha! We can keep going now.
from the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was singing.
Taking a turn for the better. mind the side effects.
The doctor will see.
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Settle down.
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it? Is she...
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did to you. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's just... It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baiju said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here. If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect. And the poison within Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working... Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I wondered when this day might come.
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time.
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli...
The god remains have reached her internal organs.
But what would be the point of Dr. Baiju? I'm old. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see Ayu grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if even if...
Jialiang.
Traveler, Dr. Ba...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jialiang.
I am sure that over the years...
Mortals are fated to grow old and... What a crazy situation! Jiang Li risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now...
I've seen many find...
In the human realm, all things, at least. That's what generations of
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those, I cannot help but think that they're...
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was... If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurer's Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me. I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what you must.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch out.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will get...
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live, the tighter. Oh, how I would love to hear.
Jialiang! 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 Dad! Are you awake?
Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strained?
Dr. Baiju, I must...
That's right. Of course, whether it will keep you but however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it in the end, I am merely a doctor, I understand very little of the great principles governing life. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves, and even this would have counted for nothing without
Oops. And I'm busted.
without Director Who nudging things in the right direction, we may
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir back.
Director Who told me to keep her.
Never underestimate.
All I wanted was to help Jialiang find his missing wife. Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the...
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baiju, and cure Dad for good!
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. Traveler, Paimon, I'll catch you all another time.
Oh, is she finally gone? All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably... At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is...
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago.
Yay! Paimon can't wait! Alright, first...
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baiju,
Don't mention it, Jiangli.
just your duty, huh? Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changshang, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way. Or that you'd turn out this way, Baiju. I've taken a look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius.
No, not at all. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed. Not just that, Baiju.
Huh. Told you the truth.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changshang's contract.
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, when I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my.
But you took such a. What am I saying? The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old. And I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat. But in the end, how are my methods and are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined?
We are doctors.
Baiju, I can tell. Can you still stop before it's too?
I think you know the.
Hey, food's ready!
Mom, come and join us! The Traveler taught me a load of...
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Baiju, I know Chi-Chi, Gui, and...
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
I can...
Baiju, What did Jiang Li mean by not Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including... Wait! That doesn't make any sense. You said that...
It is a very long...
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps. Since I inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
My contract has strict requirements on the host's natural temperament. All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a
So, Baiju, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Chang Sheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of... I have nothing but the utmost respect for my
Huh? But...
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of... Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the... I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Precisely. I will be Chang Sheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will...
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First, you want to...
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes... For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light...
For once, Paimon just does not know what...
Dr. Baiju, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
We also have coconut milk for Chang Sheng and Paimon. Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has a bunch of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten. I do envy Paimon sometimes.
True. And yet, are such things as these not precisely why...